A2Z Across LC with your hosts, Jeff Alsman and Cody Zitman.
And welcome to another edition of A2Z Across LC podcast. Jeff Alsman here. Cody Zitman is alongside as usual. And Cody, we've got lots to talk about, lots of events happening on campus and throughout the community that we're going to be talking about, including, why don't we get this right out of the way first, a big event on April 8th. That, of course, is the Eclipse Day, and it's turned into a huge celebration here on campus.
Come on out, one and all. It's going to be solar eclipse from, I think that event is anywhere from noon to all the way 3. We're going to be on site. It's going to be live. There's going to be people all around us. It's going to be like opening day at Busch Stadium. That's how I feel it. I'm getting excited right now just thinking about it.
So who knows? You might even appear on the podcast as a guest. We might pick you out of the crowd.
I want them lined up. Line up.
Well, we'll see how that works out. But again, it'll all start sometime during the noon hour. The eclipse is about an hour and a half after that, actually, but we'll be there for part of the day doing the podcast live, and maybe somebody will want to be part of it, and they're certainly welcome to. I'll throw this out as well. We have a new email. It's the A2Z podcast at lc.edu. So if you have suggestions for the podcast, guests that you think we should have, events that you'd like for us to at least mention, send those emails in to us, and we'll do our best to weed through all those and get them on the air for promotion. Some of the events that are happening here in the next few weeks, we've got an LC Cares event. It's part of the volunteer effort coordinated by Student Activities. It's part of National Volunteer Week.
Student Activities. Jared Hennings?
Yes, Jared.
Shout out Hennings!
He's got a big part to play in that, and it'll be March 27th and 28th from 11 to 2 in the Commons. There's free food, just an opportunity for you to come and look at different places where you might be able to be involved in community service as a volunteer in the community. So if you're interested in something like that, you got some extra time on your hands, you want to be productive and give back and do something, come on out, and you can even grab a burger or something. I don't know exactly what they're having, but it'll be...
You just said free food, so it's good.
Free
Eclipse
food,
has free food too, and games.
There's always free food.
I know, I love it.
Isn't there? Yeah, you don't look like you eat a whole lot of the free food, though. Unless it's like the organic, healthy kind of stuff. So.
No, that's my brother's.
Oh, okay. Want all the students to know there's a chance to get your voice heard in front of our college president, Dr. Ken Traska. It's called a Catch Up with Dr. T event, and that's going to be on April 1st at 3 o'clock. Folks, it can be either done in person or in Zoom, and they get students, you'll get an invitation in your email to be able to RSVP for that. So be watching your email for that invitation. Student
athletes out there, make sure you RSVP and say how great your athletic director is.
You're always plugging. You're always
That's part of the gig, right?
Oh, I guess. I don't know. Career Services is hosting a job fair on April 3rd from 9 a.m. to noon, and the big month-long student art exhibit in the gallery, the Hathaway Gallery, opens on April 5th and runs through April 27th. That's the grand opening night is from 4 to 6, and then there are various times throughout the month when the gallery's open for folks who want to go and check out the student art exhibit. And if they go to events.lc.edu, you can check out day by day the different times that that event and any other events that are occurring or on campus. You can check that out right on the calendar, because we just talk about some of them. We don't hit them all by any means. So if you want to find out more about what's going on campus, just go to events.lc.edu. I know that's where you always find out what you're doing from day to day.
That is what I do. And I just wanted to say also, if you sign up, Dr. T, say what a great campus events coordinator we have, because that events program is out of this world.
Oh my!
You're stumped. You're stumped.
Let's talk about what we have on the program. Let's go to a break, and then let's get rolling.
Okay, I'm with you.
We are going to talk about
LC.
We are. Is that what you wanted me to say?
Yeah, go.
Okay. We are going to talk about this month being National Music in Our Schools month, and we're going to be talking to two guests about that from the Alton Youth Symphony, which rehearses and performs here on campus. We're also going to talk about adult education with a couple of our faculty members and staff members here as well. And then
the Val Harris experience.
Yes, and then there's another event, the Mississippi Mass Choir, which is a huge 200-person choir out of Mississippi, of all places. They're coming on campus to put on a concert. It's in conjunction with the celebration of a local pastor's anniversary here at a local church. They're not bringing all 200, but they're bringing 50 or so, I think. Still should be a great event in Hathaway Auditorium, and we're going to find out all about that. And then a couple of student athletes to talk to before we're done today as well. So lots to do on the program today.
Paige Henson and Josh Dickens, and let me tell you, Josh Dickens does an excellent impersonation of one of our coaches, so we're going to ask him to do it here.
Or can't wait for that. That ought to be good.
It's going to be good.
Why don't we take a break? When we come back, we're going to talk about music in our schools month. This is the A to Z podcast across LC, and we'll be right back.
We are
LC A to Z.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but my path could have been in exercise science. Let's go! Or I could have discovered the artist in me.
And welcome back to the A to Z Across LC podcast. We're going to talk about music, and especially music in our schools, as it is National Music in Our Schools Month. And we're joined by two members, well, members isn't exactly right, of the Alton Youth Symphony, a member of the board and the director of the Alton Youth Symphony. That's Jamie Pullen. She is the president of the Alton Symphony Board, and Abby Knoche is the director of the Alton Youth Symphony, which practices here on campus, also performs here in the Hathaway Auditorium. Ladies, welcome to the A to Z Across LC podcast.
Thanking you for having us.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, and Abby, let's start with you and tell us, as the director, what's it like to be running an organization like that with so many young people, talented musicians, getting everybody to gel together to put out the kind of performance that you guys are known for?
So sometimes people are like, oh, these kids today, you hear that a lot. Come to a youth symphony concert and you tell me, these kids today. You want to see a group of young musicians come together, persevere, work through music, rise above, meet every challenge. That is this ensemble. We have students from up to 30 different school districts at a time, all coming together. These aren't kids that know each other, yet they find a way to work together, to make music, and it's just a beautiful experience.
So 30 different, sorry, Jeff, 30 different school districts. How many at one time do you have?
So it kind of fluctuates year to year. I think this year we have about 14 different ones represented.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And talk a little bit about the talent level or the quality of musician. Auditions required? Is this something that anybody who feels like they might be able to be part of can participate in? Or is this a group that's really more for those who are serious about at least their music or looking at a musical career going forward?
So our ensembles are geared for elementary and middle school students. So I'd like to tell them that they are the professional middle school musicians of our community, because I do really believe that. These are the students who really love music. Music is their thing. So obviously we have tons of schools who have music ensembles that our kids are getting to play in, which is excellent. The kids that come into the youth symphony are kind of the ones who say, I love that, that's great, but I want even more, and I want more playing opportunities. So it does tend to be the kids who are a little bit more like, ooh, this is really my thing. This is what I want to be. However, it doesn't mean that that's all these students are interested in. They still play football. They still do dance. You know, they have all their other activities as well. This is just one of it for them. But yes, the kids who are really into it. So the youth symphony level that I direct is an audition only ensemble. That being said, we also have a junior youth symphony for students who are maybe not quite at that point in their musical journey, but will be soon. That one is not audition only. That one, anyone can just come and can play to kind of work towards that. We also have a chamber group, which is audition only, which is really for those upper level string players who want to go even above and beyond the next level, who then go perform in different places throughout the community, doing different gigs, playing at dinners and services and art openings and different things like that.
So, Jamie, here you are among a group of adults who are committed to music and supporters of music. Talk about, since it is National Music in Schools Month, talk about the importance. It's important enough to you and the rest of the board to get behind this program and support it. Just how important is music in the schools, and what does it do to change a student's life?
Wow. That's a big question. I mean, I guess I can just probably speak from personal experience on this. And I was involved with band and orchestra throughout my school career. And it was everything, when when music is your thing, that is kind of everything to you in school. My own kids are now in their early 20s, and they were part of Alton Youth Symphony as I was back in the day, and I won't say how long ago that was, but my kids were involved, and just it was a kind of a step above their school experience. Gave them a little bit more of a challenge musically, and it allowed them to play in a full symphonic setting when they were in middle school, which is not something that kids that age get the opportunity to do, until they get to high school. So, I just watching their experiences with Alton Youth Symphony and how much that meant to them. Both of them are still musicians, and honestly, it's amazing to me how many kids over the years have been part of Alton Youth Symphony who have gone on to be music educators, directors, to conduct youth symphonies and take that musical career path. There have been a lot of people that I know that have done that as a result of all that. So I think it's been a very nurturing place for kids over many years. I think we're in our 54th season now. So the legacy is just tremendous.
Cody, I know you were an athlete. Were you ever involved in the music program at all? You
hear me singing on this podcast?
I didn't say the voice program. I just said
it's one that I missed. If I had to talk,
you missed the voice program too. Just so you know.
Well, just to let you know, the great thing about music is it doesn't matter how old you are. I have started students in their 40s, 50s, 60s. It's not too late.
So I will say that's one of my regrets. Me and my wife have talked about this, that with our kids, it's the one thing that I wish I would have done through my time is had some music. Because there's an old guitar just sitting in the closet.
Again,
got it for Christmas
not
one
too
day,
late.
never touched it.
No, there really isn't.
Well, I can play your guitar, well, not somewhat.
You can play the guitar like I can sing?
Kind of, yeah. That's about right. That's about right. But my regret is I never learned the piano. I was going to be a voice major. So I was in the choirs. I sang solos, performed in the musicals, things like that. But I never played the piano, and that's the one instrument that it's kind of the universal instrument. If you can play that, because you learn to read all the music and all the staffs, and that's the one thing I wish I would have done that I didn't do musically. And
again, not too late.
I know it's not
too late.
Should we do this together?
Yes.
And we could go live.
We could
to
go
the
live.
scene?
I could play piano, and it'd be like Twinkle, Twinkle.
Okay,
It'd be something
you
like
start
that.
somewhere, and then you go from there.
Yes,
That's how
we
that
do.
works.
We've been challenged.
Challenge accepted.
There you
Okay.
go.
Can't wait to hear. Next year, we'll hear your first recital.
If we've got a whole year, we might be able to go a little beyond Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Maybe not. You don't sound real confident.
No, I am not.
Easier to hit a curveball, right?
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
So, ladies, just peek into the future, and either one of you can answer this. Where do you think music in the schools is going forward? Obviously, when there are cutbacks that need to be done, often music comes up on the list. Hopefully, most of the time it makes the cut, but it doesn't always make the cut. And where do you see that as things get more challenging financially for school districts down the road?
Do you want the honest answer?
Heck yeah, A to Z podcast.
Okay.
We're all about honesty.
The H in the A to Z stands for
When
honesty.
you were correct. Historically, when there are budget cuts, we like to say, oh, okay, well, math and English, that's what's really important. That's what's on the state test. Everything else has got to go. However, if you actually look at the studies, what's going to help your children the most, holistically, every part of their being, but also when you're looking at their literacy and math rates, it's to be involved in the arts. It's to be involved in music. So maybe the budget gets tighter, but as education faces those challenges that continue to come up that aren't new, right? They just kind of reform, and here we are again facing them. I challenge us to say, what if instead of saying, oh, well, but we really have to spend more time reading, what's reading music? Oh, right, it's reading. It's decoding. It's tracking. It's literacy. What is oh, wait, are those fractions? Are you dividing? Are you developing synapses in your brain that don't exist before? Yeah, you are. So what if we actually tried this time, instead of cutting the arts, to say, we have a different challenge instead of us. Let's lean in. Let's support our arts more. And then maybe we'll see a real change.
I love that passion. Plus,
Quite
I
an
would
advocate,
say,
yes.
Yeah, but I would also say, how about, since we know this repeats itself over and over again, and everything gets more and more expensive, how about the fact that you know that this could come up in front of us, and we just make sure that when it does, there's a strong fundraising, a strong savings, a strong whatever to battle these times. Because it always happens, right? With all, whether it's sports or music, art, whatever it is, it always comes around. So let's make sure we're prepared. Is that not the job of the leaders? I think it is.
Well, let's ask the president. I'm sure they have to do a lot of fundraising. How is that for the symphony? Is that, do you rely on sponsors, or is there a foundation?
Donations from just people who are supportive of the mission, who understand the importance of music education to our youth.
Yeah.
And
we're the only local youth symphony that does not charge a fee to be involved.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah.
Yep. And so those community donations are what allow us to function, what allow us to offer all of that for our students.
Mm-hmm.
As a final thought, tell us how people can either get involved in your donation program, or also how would a student get involved that might want to be part of the Youth Symphony. Is there a website they go to, or how would they do that?
There is. So for everyone, April 12th, 6 p.m., Hathaway Hall. There's a concert. Be there. It's free. Come see.
I mean, I can just feel the passion right now.
But like, you have to come see what.
Are you fired up right now?
You better be there. You have
She's
to come
got all the
see.
arguments.
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
No, but like, come see what the children of your
what he
community
wants
are
to
doing.
do? He wants to guest sing. I can tell. That's where he's
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Look, I am flexible. We can see what we can come up with.
Believe me, you won't be for long. It won't-
Go back to
as
episode,
the encore,
2 or
as
3?
everyone else is leaving. It's fine.
I sing their way out?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they run out?
That's correct. We've got to clear the hall. We have ways to do this.
You know the big hook that, like in
that
Bugs
would be
Bunny
it.
cartoons, they
Yeah, you're the comedic
pull
relief
the
at the
person
end.
off
That's
the
it.
stage.
We got it.
A little smile as they
Yes.
exit.
But
Yes.
6 p.m., April 12th, here on campus. Be there. It's free. That's a great way to see the different ensembles, to just really see like, oh, this is really what's going on. Our auditions for next year will be happening the first weekend of September, and all of that information is available at altonyouthsymphony.org. That website offers information year-round about all of our events coming up, where you can see the chamber group performing, how you can audition, how you can get involved, and how you can donate.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being with us. Great concert coming down the road. Make sure that you're able to attend that if you can work that into your schedule. And
It's free.
it's free.
It's free.
It's free.
And continued success
Free.
to the Youth Symphony and all of your endeavors. And again, keep music marching along. See what I did there?
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you,
All right.
guys.
Thanks.
You guys
We're
have been
gonna
awesome.
we'll
you.
take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about adult education. This is the A to Z Across LC podcast.
We are.
LC A to Z.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
And welcome back to the A2Z Across LC podcast. We are going to talk about a Lewis and Clark program here on campus and off campus in one of our satellite locations as well, and does a lot of interaction into the community. Of course, that's our adult education and our youth build program. We have with us Val Harris, who is the Associate Dean, and also your own cheering section, Val, and Sabrina Davis, who is Director of Pathway. At least let me get the
I'm trying to ease the tension here, right? They got a little nerves on the podcast.
Sabrina,
I don't know why.
She deserves.
Okay, go ahead.
Sabrina is the Director of Pathway and Resource Development. And now you can cheer.
Sabrina Davis!
Welcome, both of you, to the A to Z Across LC podcast. So tell us about the world of adult education, because I think a lot of folks understand elementary education, high school education, secondary education, but then adult education is an entirely different world, isn't it?
It's the best world. No, I'm just kidding. It's adult education serves folks who are taking a non-traditional path to education. Sometimes most of our students are getting their high school diploma through us. They didn't finish high school for whatever reason, and they're coming through us to do that. And I don't know where to look.
I don't know where to put my hands. Where do I put my
Your hands to yourself. Just look anywhere that you feel comfortable looking.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
We're good. We're just talking.
Straight ahead is
talking in a circle.
Yeah, straight ahead
his
is
cell
usually
phone
the
went
best
off last
way.
segment.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
All right.
Yeah, we're really fortunate in adult ed because we get to work with a lot of different people. So from people coming in to earn their high school diplomas to people retraining to go to work in different fields than they were previously in, getting trained for the first time in a pathway that, has short-term certificates. Maybe they don't have the time or the finances to go to school for 2 years or 4 years, and this gives them some opportunity to get started with something else. It also gives them a lot of support so that they can go on to something else, and maybe it is college once they've spent some time with us.
So you mentioned certificates. What are some of those certificates that are
just gonna ask
available?
that.
Well, go ahead.
Yes.
You can ask.
And what's
I don't
your
want to
programs
monopolize.
within your programs?
Well, and I like to say that our students are very brave and they're courageous because they maybe didn't have a great experience in school, and they're coming back to us, and we make sure they have a great experience. And some of our certificates, construction, computer careers, those are the two main certificates. Solar, we have a solar credential. Those are the main ones right now. Am I forgetting anything?
Not currently. So solar, computer careers. We have a couple of different construction training classes going on. And in the past, we've done some transportation, distribution, and logistics work. And we've also worked with our college here at Lewis and Clark to get students through their certified nursing assistant license.
When you talk construction, just because I was on the maintenance side for years, but the house building, can we talk about that?
I was going to ask about that.
Yes, because I just imagine Tim the Toolman Taylor on site with tool time. Are we similar? That sounds like a podcast we could do on site.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
We could definitely.
Yeah, building is like our bread and butter. That's one of the things that we're really good at over in our department. But we do it in a couple different ways. So we have students that come through in youth build, and our youth build program is really more about youth development. So they're 16 to 24 years old. They're still earning their high school diploma. And they're wanting to learn construction because maybe they just want to fix something at their house. Maybe they want to start a business on the side, or maybe they want to go into the trades. I mean, it's, kind of random in that. But one of the things that we do, and we do very well, especially for the students who want to stay in construction, is that we remodel homes and we build homes new in the community. And we do that for families who are coming into homeownership for the first time. So, that's...
Yeah, we're currently finishing a house in partnership with Habitat for Humanity, which is pretty cool.
And that house was a new build. And then we just finished a house that we rehabbed. The house was originally built in 1910. And our students worked on it. It was about 2 years because we had a lot. It was a total gut rehab. We were down to the studs, and we basically rebuilt the home. And so that house is getting ready to sell to a family in the community.
I love it.
Yeah.
I got a note from my producer. Tell Sabrina to raise her seat up. Be fun. Be funny.
I don't know how.
Oh, that would be
that's
down.
the wrong direction.
Hey, there we go. Try it again.
It's like the Jack in the Box effect that's going on there. So,
I don't know what's happening.
But I got to pivot just a little bit off this because we're having fun now.
yeah,
So
we're always having fun.
We are having fun.
We are too. That
Good.
works.
Wait,
That's
we are
always-
we are
try to
what?
make
We
the
are
guests
LC.
comfortable.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Katie Cup, the Val Harris experience, and the very first one, right? Tell
Now,
us what.
can I interrupt just for a second?
Go ahead.
I'm a
Go
little
ahead.
scared.
When you
right
mention things like KD,
key
folks
direction.
outside don't know what that means.
I'm so sorry. Key
But,
direction
yeah, just
It's
so
the key
everybody
direction
knows
of our
what's
strategic plan.
for the campus.
right. So now go ahead. And,
Okay, the KD Cup. What happens in the volleyball game that you're in, and who dragged you off the court
You're not
after
supposed
that?
to embarrass the guests.
Well, it was an interactive experience with a student who accidentally took me out, and my pal Sabrina dragged me off the court.
Well,
and saved me, pulled me because I was going to lay there for a long time curled up in a ball.
So let me set the scene. A student goes up, tries to slam the volleyball down, goes underneath the net, clips Val. She goes down. Her knee, we think, is blown out. Sabrina drags her off the court, and then you know what the team says? Game on, let's go!
They did. They just kept playing.
as much as we love her, we also needed the game to go on.
Yes, we
so, yeah.
I was all about supporting the game going on.
Right.
I mean,
Can
it
I
must
just
go on.
can I just interject a disclaimer here from our legal department that
Yes.
we're or at least me not responsible for any of the questions that are put forward to our guests at any time.
That is true.
Yeah, on the podcast.
That's true. Not that
So,
many people listen to us anyway.
We were prepared for anything when we walked in here.
Right.
So,
It's my job to get the guests, and the guests are going to see this is what we have to put up with.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But then they
We
keep
feel
coming
like,
back.
a part of the bigger Lewis and Clark family, and we have our own, adult education family. So
Well, I'm glad
it's
to
good.
know, and we'll just let everybody know that you were not hurt. You're back ready for the next volleyball action, right?
It took a little while, but I'm back.
She was back. She was back.
Oh, it's a rough place. It's a rough show. So we've been talking about building. Let's segue into the Youth Build program. Talk a little bit about that. What is that?
yeah, so our Youth Build program, like I said, it's we serve 16 to 24-year-olds who are earning their high school diploma still, and they're trying to get training so that they can go to work or go to college. They're young. I would say the majority of our people that come in to go through Youth Build are more between like 16 and 19. So they, they're still setting goals for themselves. They're still needing help setting goals, trying to decide what their future is going to look like. And so we're starting them with us as far as, they go through career development and they do leadership. Most of them are doing construction, and then they're earning their high school diplomas. So they're with us Monday through Friday. It's, in a sense, they have almost like a high school schedule, but we're not high school. We definitely make it look different for them, and there's lots of hands-on opportunities for them to train. So
And they're across our campuses too. I see them, right?
Absolutely.
What is it? Waterfest.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
Waterfest, yeah.
So our Youth Build students are also AmeriCorps members. They all sign up to be what we call them quarter time slots. They're 450 hours of service that each student performs. And they do the service out in the community. They do it here at the college. They do college work days. They volunteer at like the water festival. The houses that they're building and rehabbing is for service. I mean, they are doing that so that a family who's, maybe has been in government housing or whose first-time home buyers can come in and purchase a home at an affordable cost to them. So we're training on those homes, and that's all service. They do, trash pickups. They do stuff for the Army Corps of Engineers. They work with our NGREC department and have done a lot of stuff on the river cleanups and things like that.
They worked on the bioswale is the fancy word for the pretty ditch. When you
Right. Yeah.
Presidents.
Right.
They did. They work with restoration ecology students and do kind of cool stuff. They helped with the hiking through the holidays bridge.
They did. Yep.
So they do a lot of great stuff.
And you have the legendary men's basketball coach. That's in his area. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Kevon Lacey.
Come on, Lacey.
He's a great coach for us too.
So Val, it sounds like given your past athletic history that while this is hands-on for a lot of the students, you're probably not out there swinging any hammers or driving any heavy equipment or anything like that, I'm guessing.
Well, that laptop can be pretty, it's pretty hands-on. I will volunteer occasionally, but
Yeah,
for
we
the most
actually have an opportunity coming up soon where she will be swinging a hammer. We are
Stand back.
Yes, our
It's a little scary.
our department, in partnership with our students, are going out to Sleep in Heavenly Peace in April, and we are going to be on an assembly line building beds for some kids in the community.
So where do you get the instructors? Who does the actual teaching of this?
they're faculty and staff with us.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know if community folks also volunteered or pitched in to help out the programs at all, or
we have a lot of partners that we may join with, but under the supervision of our staff and adjunct that teach for us.
What's that date again that you're building the beds?
April 18th, I believe, is when we'll be out
19th.
there. At 19th?
I think it's the Friday.
I don't have my calendar in front of me. so I
Kayla
have to look.
Hardigan, calling Kayla Hardigan, our athletic trainer. April 18th for Val Harris, 19th for Val Harris. Location?
It's Sleep in Heavenly Peace in Alton, over by Best Western Premier.
Oh, yeah.
I think,
okay.
right?
Yep.
Yep.
They're not coming to us. We're going to
so
them.
does the program end with the school year during the summer and then start up again in the fall, or is it just year round?
It doesn't. We operate year round. So we'll have students. So students say that we just enrolled in January. They do 8 weeks of real classroom kind of in-house construction training with us, a lot of safety during that first 8 weeks. The second 8 weeks of the semester, they are out on our sites, our work sites, really putting what they've learned in the first 8 weeks to work. And then as we roll into the summer, this year we're not enrolling new students into the construction pathway. Sometimes we do, if we've got a real big influx of students coming in that are wanting construction over the summer, then we will. We actually have so many students right now that we are just keeping them with us, not doing an enrollment, and we will do a bunch of specialty projects over the summer. So we will be hosting a construction camp for kids this summer. It's for 12 to 15-year-olds in the community that maybe have never thought about construction before, and our students will be leading that camp for those kids. This will be our second annual construction camp for kids. We will be doing water school again this year with our NGRIC partners. And so our students both do service and they get to be recipients of some of the water school things that they do over the summer. And then we're building sheds right now for Habitat for Humanity and a couple other organizations. And so we've got a host of things going on that'll keep us busy over the summer. Yeah, but it's just an opportunity for our students to do some different things. And that's what we actually go on a service trip every year as well. Last year we went to Ohio and we did some work for a veterans museum out there, and Veterans Air Museum is a very, very cool experience for our students. And we also, got to visit the Football Hall of Fame while we were there. So we have some pretty big football fans that really enjoyed that piece of it. But
Go Browns.
Yeah, we're working on our service trip right now. And so sometime between May and June, we'll be heading out of town again to join another youth build program to do service.
Well, it sounds like you guys have plenty of things going on and plenty of opportunities. If people want to get signed up for any of the programs, how would they do that?
Yeah, we just have them call into our main line. It's 618 468-4141, and we'll get them on a list and get them in for, we do intake in a way that's we think is really helpful. We have case managers, we call them pathway advocates, because they're helping people to advocate for the path they want to take. And so what we do is they meet with them and they talk about, barriers that they may have had to their education, and how we can assist with those barriers and connect them to other services maybe outside of us. And then we also set goals with people and get them on track for their education. So
fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in and sharing all that information with us, and keep plenty of bubble wrap down there for Val swinging the hammer.
Oh, Val,
We don't want any. What do they
No
call
injuries.
that? No peripheral damage. That's not what it's. Collateral damage. That's what it is. We want to keep an eye out for that. But ladies, thanks for being with us, and great work as always. And just keep building and keep moving.
Thank
Building
you.
futures.
Building
That's
futures.
what we're doing.
Future.
Yep,
You guys
building
are awesome.
futures. Thank you.
Back at you.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Mississippi Mass Choir that's going to be here at Lewis and Clark. We'll do that right after this.
We are
LC A to Z.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but my path could have been in exercise science. Let's go! Or I could have discovered the artist in me.
And welcome back to the A to Z Across LC podcast. Jeff Alsman here, Cody Zipman as well. And we are going to talk about an event that's coming up here on campus in the Hathaway Auditorium. And it's the Mississippi Mass Choir. And you heard earlier we talked about it's a 200-voice ensemble choir. They're not bringing everybody, but they're bringing a significant part of the group to be here. And we have with us Willie Franklin, who is a spiritual advisor with the Deliverance Temple Church of God in Christ. This whole celebration, Cody, is in conjunction with their pastor's anniversary. So they're throwing a big old celebration, and we'll let Willie tell us all about that. Willie, thanks for being part of the program, and tell us what's going on that got you guys to decide to bring this big group here to Lewis and Clark.
Well, we are very proud of our pastor. He has done an excellent job as pastor for the last 40 years. He's been pastoring for 40 years, and we love him. And we just wanted to kick off this 40th year anniversary with a big boom. So we got together and we decided to bring one of the greatest choirs in the world to Lewis and Clark College and to our home neighborhood, the Mississippi Mass Choir. This choir is a very wonderful choir, dedicated choir. They work hard. Stellar Award winners, Grammy Award winners, Gospel Music Workshop of America Award winners, travel all over the world doing things and everything. One time we was in Italy, and Pope John Paul invited us to his villa to sing at his private villa.
That is amazing.
Now, are you connected with the choir? Do you sing with them? Are they going to let you sing at the concert, or are they just...
No, they don't let me sing.
They're not going to let Cody
Will they
sing.
let you sing?
Cody'd like to sing.
I really do want to sing. Is it ever when you say 200, like, has it ever been like all 200 people singing? Does that ever happen?
Oh, that's 250 recording voices.
Okay.
When we recording the album, CD, everybody's there then. But no, we don't take 250 on the road.
Okay, I was about to say.
You need to go to the website, which I believe is Mississippi Mass Choir. It's either .com or .org. I don't remember which. And just watch some of the samples and views. And in fact, why don't we do this? We have a video that kind of tells their story. They haven't recorded live in 10 years, and they've just released a new CD. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to roll that. It'll give you an idea of what this group is made of.
gospel music echoed throughout Anderson United Methodist Church. The more than 200 strong voices of the magnificent and mighty Mississippi Mass Choir are preparing to record their new album, a recording that is 10 years in the making.
It is necessary because so many people need hope, they need encouragement, and they need another reason to wake up the next day.
Yolanda Clay Moore is a member of the Mississippi Mass, and she says it has always been a dream to be part of this legendary choir.
Mississippi Mass Choir is an institution.
And Jerry Mannery could not agree more.
We have people pulling for us all around the world.
He is the executive director of the choir.
We're so excited, and Patrice, I'm serious. What I'm feeling right now with this release, I haven't felt this since 1993 when we did It Remains to Be Seen with Your Grace and Mercy.
And the Mississippi Mass is no stranger to success and the national spotlight. Founded by the late gospel singer and recording company executive Frank Williams, the Mississippi Mass Choir was created in 1988. And the choir's debut album remained in the #1 slot atop the Billboard magazine chart for 45 consecutive weeks, setting a record for any music genre.
We've gone before presidents. We were invited when we were touring Italy. We were invited to perform for Pope John Paul at his summer residence. ESPN, and our song "I'm Not Tired Yet" really was the theme song for Scott Van Pelt's Sports Center. And so truly, God has opened doors, and we could not even imagine.
And now this highly anticipated new album is finally happening.
We generally record every 2.5 to 3 years. But the pandemic stretched it out.
Now they are back and better than ever.
Their sound is one of a kind. I mean, you think about it, you have all of these people coming together, 200 plus voice choir making one body and one sound. You can't beat that.
There you go. How about that? Does that give you chills?
Powerful.
Isn't it?
People coming together.
Oh, my. Yeah. Can you imagine 250 voices?
Blow you away.
Filling up the auditorium with, just that's it sounds like it's going to be an event you don't want to miss. Do people have to get tickets? How does that work, Willie?
Yes, we have tickets. And what I did when I talked to the choir and my pastor about having this, I wanted to have these tickets at a reasonable price where everybody can come that wanted to come. The tickets are $25 a piece. And as long as I've been traveling, going places with the choir, I've never been to a place where tickets are under $80.
Wow.
So I wanted to do something for my community.
Yeah.
I live here. I make my living here. Well, I did make my living here. I make my living in my recliner right now.
I'm looking forward to that.
But I wanted to do something for my community, and we came together and came up to this price and say everybody can come at this price.
Now the concert is April 5th, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and still not too late for people to get tickets. And how
it's
would
not
they
too
do
late.
that?
We're going to let people get tickets up until April the 4th, the day before the concert.
Do they call you? Do they call the church? Because I've had people call here and ask, and I've directed them to the church. So I'm hoping.
Correct. We have tickets at the church. We have tickets at LeMay's Catering on Broadway in Alton. We have tickets at V&G Custom Shirts and the Maryland Hair Care.
Now, we've gone through the whole segment, and you talked about your pastor being here 40 years. You haven't mentioned his name yet. We've got to get the pastor's name out there.
Yeah. His name is Pastor Greg Harrison.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
40 years. Cody, you going to be 40 years in one spot?
45.
45.
That's my goal.
Okay, that's your goal. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he had a tough time dealing with me, so that's the biggest thing he'd do. If he hung out with me for 40 years, he's doing all right.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we are so happy to have had you with us. We're going to go out with the title song from their new album. It's called, their new CD. It's called The Promise. It's been 10 years in the making, struggling through COVID, the whole bit. You heard the whole story. Willie, thanks so much for being with us. Looking forward to a neat event I think they're just going to rock a full house.
Looking forward to that. And I'd like to say this before we go. All our songs that we sing, they are governed toward people to encourage someone. Because everybody, I don't care where you are or what denomination you are, everybody go through something. And every song that we sing, every writer that write the song, they have people in mind. They say, we're going to do this to try to encourage somebody. And that's what we do. We go out and minister to people and try to get them to know that no matter what you're going through, God is there for you. And long as we know that God is there for us, then we can make it. That's like the song, The Promise. He promised that he would never leave us, nor forsake us. So that's how the concept of the promise came up.
So let's take a listen. Willie, thanks for being with us.
Willie,
let's take a listen to the title song from the Promise CD, and we'll go to break with that. This is the A to Z Across LC podcast. And welcome back to the A to Z Across LC podcast, and we have one of our favorite segments of our program. When
the athletic segment!
To student athletes today, and we have with us Paige Henson, who is part of the women's basketball team, and also Josh Dickens, who is part of the men's basketball team. And I understand, Cody, he has a special talent.
He does. He's going to impersonate one of our coaches.
You going to say which one, or are you just going to let people guess?
I guess should we guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or okay, after you impersonate, then we'll just say who that is. How about that?
All right, Josh, the floor is yours. I understand this is really you have
high, man, we're going right into it.
High expectations here for Josh because we've heard a lot about this. So
yeah, pretty much it is just like there's two different sides to it. One's with the girls team and then one's with the boys team. We'll do with the boys team first.
Oh, it's two different.
That gives it away.
Two different, but should we narrow down? Okay, so this is men and women's basketball.
Yep.
This is one of the coaches on men and women's basketball.
Okay.
Yep, and he's got two different personalities for both of them.
No way. And he'll be watching this just so you know.
He will.
Because with the boys, he was like at all our practices and conditions, you're not running hard enough. You're too slow. You know what? You don't want to be a hooper anymore. Go home. Just go home. And then with the girls, he's just yelling out, next action, we're not ready to play. You know what? Someone's sub hurt. Bad body language. You don't want to play.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
Paige is joining in. She's jumping in with the fun.
He'll talk at the end of the bench. He'll be like, man, I can't do it anymore. He's like, I'm losing my mind here.
Complete different person in his office rather than on the court.
The office, he's like, yeah, hey guys.
Office, he's so chill. So chill.
So he's like most coaches.
Sounds like
hey, man.
That's how my coaches were.
Yeah. Everything's good.
Have a chat.
Yeah.
Chat. That's great.
They're like, if you're talking about me, like, well, I respect people of all cultures, man. They're like, I don't want none of that bunny business going on. You're like, I don't want to end up on the news anywhere, so I got nothing to say.
So, which version of the coach do you like better, the mellow version, or
I like the crazy one because I get the laugh out of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
You gotta find
and
humor
we get
in
the
it.
impersonation out of it.
You gotta find humor in it.
And you just gotta come to like one open gym or conditioning. Funniest thing ever.
All right.
Where Coach
we'll have to look out for it. Should we go live to a practice?
We
got a lot of live stints.
We do have a lot of live opportunities.
Okay.
But they might end up putting us off the air altogether, so we're going to have to...
No, they love this. The student athetes wanted to be on here. I don't even
get the censors in there.
They're all about it.
Got to censor him.
Yeah, well, more you're going to have to censor him for sure. There's no way.
You get banned.
It's going to be like 30 seconds of straight bleeps. Just straight bleeps.
Remember that disclaimer I used earlier?
Yes, we need to have that in.
We're
working with our producer.
About this.
Yeah. It's nothing but just beep, beep, beep. That's all you're going to hear.
Paige, talk about classes. What you doing? Tell us about LC.
Well, I'm going to be an athletic trainer, joining and following Kayla's footsteps. So,
what's Kayla think about this?
I don't know.
Is she helping you? Is she showing you the ropes, giving you pointers?
Yeah,
and tips?
I've taped a couple ankles. They weren't the best.
What she said when you're taping the ankles.
Well, she just tries to explain to me, like, she gives me, like, I'm in biomechanics with Shane right now.
Okay.
So she's, like, explaining the terminology of it.
How's Callahan as a teacher in biomechanics?
He's fun.
Okay.
Now,
Good time.
can a person tape their own ankles?
It's
Just
hard.
curious.
It's hard.
It's hard.
I mean, it's hard for me to reach
I can't do
mine,
it.
but I'm just
Yeah.
I just have
curious.
long legs. I can't reach my own.
legs.
At my
I
age,
can't
if you
reach
can
my
find your ankles, you see your ankles, you're doing pretty good. So I just wondered. So.
Josh?
What? Our classes? And
Yeah,
stuff?
man.
Yeah, school's pretty good here.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty easy going as long as you're doing your work and actually,
Showing up to
participating.
class?
Yeah, you got to
Which
show up.
are always showing up to class, right?
You gotta
Always.
show up. If you don't show up, then
Just like study hall, always showing up to study hall.
Hey,
I
I'm
heard-
always there.
I know you
Well,
are.
if you don't do that, you don't play, right?
Yeah.
Real.
Basically, I mean,
True. You miss workouts, you don't play. You don't go to practice, you can't play.
Don't get me wrong. I don't like waking up at 6 a.m. every other morning, but
You
it is what
love
it is.
it.
No, I don't.
You love it.
Well, just think.
I don't like the waking up part. The working out part, cool.
You're going to have to get used to that if you're going to be an athletic
Yeah.
trainer because they start early all
Earlier,
the time.
they're the people that are there at 5.
Well, if I'm getting paid for it, then
Oh,
I'm
then it's different. Then it's different. I see. So tell us a little bit about the season. Of course, both men's and women's season over with now, but maybe just share some of your memories, some of the highlights that
Bus
stand
rides.
out. Bus rides.
Bus rides are crazy.
Bus rides.
Bus rides are crazy.
Bus rides are the funniest thing from this season, probably for me.
What, that you guys take up over half of the bus?
We're taller than y'all. It's not our fault. We
You
didn't
guys battle over seats in the
Yeah,
bus?
Yeah.
every time. Every time. It's
I moved
something.
Josh's pillow one
She
time
moved
and he
my
yelled
pillow,
at
and
me.
I came back and I was like, "Whoa, wait, hold on.
I
Where's
moved
my
it
pillow?"
3
And
seats back.
I was sitting next to somebody I've never sat next to on a bus, and I was like, "Oh, all right, this is weird."
No, you moved it back.
The B kids
'Cause
again,
I went up
the
and sat my
biggest thing
coach.
in my life was just the pillow got moved.
Yeah.
To be a kid again.
Yeah, that's the only thing you had to worry
Hey,
about.
I bring my pillow on every bus ride.
Yeah,
I'm
I had
thinking-
to start doing that. It's uncomfortable after a certain amount of time.
I'm thinking all of our fine young gentlemen would defer to the ladies to let them have first pick of the seats.
I would
Absolutely
think
not. That is not how it works.
Doesn't work at all.
Nope.
It's
First come, first
yeah,
serve.
it's
No,
be
we-
killed on that bus.
Bro,
Kill or
we
be
get on the
killed.
bus first and y'all have your seats reserved already. Don't even with the first come, first serve.
Mason, nope, it's kill or be killed on that bus. They'll get on the bus for us, but then after that, it's just a scene. Everybody just
And then you
makes
got
a
more.
scene.
Double up, double
Yeah.
up, double up.
Yes, I
We're like,
love
where
it.
are the boys?
You know when I told you if you needed me to be a driver as a secondary thing, I'm rethinking that.
Oh,
I
come
think
on,
that's-
man. I got Vans next year.
I think that's off the table now. But
Yeah, we don't got to deal with y'all next year.
So
We got Vans.
tell me about this. How about the whole year? It's coming to a close real quick, right? And what was one of your favorite times, like just on campus, that you did?
What was that one little treasure hunt thing we had?
The scavenger hunt?
The scavenger
Yeah,
hunt was
yeah,
fun.
that- scavenger hunt?
That was
bro,
that was
that
a
amazing.
good time.
It's that and then the KD cups.
like the KD
sport-
cups?
Yeah.
Shout
the dodgeball
out.
one was dope.
Oh, the sports day where we
Yeah.
had like the volleyball, basketball, and everybody
everybody
came.
got to
Everybody came
That
for
one,
the
the one
play.
DJ guy came too.
Yeah. Mikey,
Oh,
shout
my
out.
God.
Hey.
That was
Okay.
the student appreciation.
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah,
student
that was very
appreciation.
fun. Had a
Yeah.
good time.
That was
Had a
dope.
great time. That's good.
That was neat. That was a really neat.
Got to see
program.
Josh try to dunk.
Yeah.
Try
Big boys,
to.
Yeah,
Didn't
big
make it.
boys.
Who was it? Who we
It was
did like
Q.
5
Q.
takes.
It was Q.
Q, come
How
on.
how tall are you, Josh?
6'4"?
6'4"?
I don't know. On paper,
You ought to
I'm
be pretty
6'5".
close to Duncan. Oh wait, he's stretching it. 6'5".
Yeah, on paper I'm 6'5".
The way he's got his hair done today, he's about 6'8". By the way, just so
Hey, Parker's paper says he's like 5'10". Parker's like 5'8".
He's like 5'6".
Yeah. I'm 6 foot, and
Adrian's
Parker's
like
down here.
6'1", Byron's 6 foot. I'm like, bro. stand
So are you
next to
saying that we have a height program or a height deficiency in our?
Hey, you always stretch it on the
basketball
paper.
program?
Yeah, you
Always got
gotta
to stretch it on the paper.
Don't say that now for recruiting purposes. You don't want to know that.
Hey, on that paper, I'm 6'2". Just kidding. No, I'm not.
So what about, let's talk about next year. What are you looking forward to? You guys are both coming back.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound real excited, does he?
Class. You're looking forward to class.
That's
Is not what I'm looking forward to.
I'm just looking
Next
forward
year's
to a
my
better
hardest
season.
year.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
I
the
gotta come-
season?
yeah, I got to come back better.
Another KD Cup round?
Yeah. I'm most definitely going to win the next one. I already won dodgeball.
Doubt it.
So did you play a lot, Josh? Were you a starter or were you
Yeah,
off the bench? Or?
starter.
Okay. What'd you average? How many
it was
points?
like 30.
What, point guard, wing? What?
Wing.
Okay.
It's like 13 point.
So you were like nailing the threes.
Yeah. And then I stopped shooting like halfway through the season.
Well, why?
Why?
You were
Coach
hitting.
said, get to the rack. You got to go to the rack.
Oh, there you go. I guess that's.
You had to work on that
reason.
dunk.
Yeah.
What about- yeah.
Coach said, go to the rim. You got to go to the rim. No more threes.
I
What
hear
about you,
that.
Paige?
I started, yeah. but average like 6-7 a game.
And what position? Forward?
Everywhere but point guard.
Everywhere but
I could play.
Wherever you were needed, just
I
jump
like it.
right in there.
The Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep.
So how's next year looking for your program? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
I'm not sure because I think we got a lot of transfers coming. We either got transfers and people leaving, so I'm not sure.
Same here. Excited for the summer.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting
Summer
on.
work
the
is
summer
what's
workouts
most
and
important.
stuff.
So I'm anxious to hear what you guys have to say about this. I know this doesn't apply right now where you are, but what do you guys as students think about the NIL, the name, image, licensing type thing? What's your overall feel about that?
You want me to be honest with you?
I do.
No clue what that even is.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that like
that's honesty, right? Yeah.
Isn't that like endorsements?
Yeah.
Like with the endorsements.
I've heard of more talking about it, but like I never really got into it.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good way to get your foot in the door for a lot of places. It opens up like communication, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good for young athletes to get NIL deals.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I look forward to seeing you guys next year. I always look forward to seeing you every day, and I just want to say thank you very much for coming on the podcast. You're always welcome back.
Well, I try to be on here.
I'm going to take a drink. You take us out.
Oh, that's been the A to Z podcast. We are
LC.
Yeah.
LC A to Z.